Alright, I'm going to get right to the point with this video. This was originally a sponsorship video, and I'd like to say I don't mind when companies offer to send me stuff and we have a conversation as whether it will fit into the channel. However, things like this are why the West doesn't trust China anymore. This was supposed to be a USB stick. What it actually was a 128 gig micro SD card inserted inside an SD card holder with a doctored controller. These are extremely common. It's a well-known scam. They touted it all up. It had lots of lies on the box. I tested it, confronted them, and they said, oh no, it's just old stock. It's been shipped by sea. It might have corroded contacts. We'll send you another one. So yeah, clearly scam. It's as old as the hills, this scam. But they invited me to not publish this video. I've decided I'm going to anyway. I did honestly try to give it a fair go, but it just did not stack up. So I'm going to show you this video and show you how to figure this stuff out for yourself. Okay, today I've received a flash drive, which I will put a link below. This is a sponsorship. They've sent this to me basically as a sponsorship. I get approached from time to time to do these sort of things, and sometimes if something looks good, I agree to do it. So this one is apparently 512 gig. Now, they did show a USB-C model. However, what they've sent me has a lightning plug on the end. So that is functionally useless to me and probably to a lot of Apple users because Apple's gone USB-C now. But they did include a USB-C adapter, which works quite well. We can plug that in like so. We also have on the end here a combination plug here that will do micro USB and also USB-A. I don't know if this is a full USB 3. It is labeled blue like USB 3, but only see 4 connections there. We also see a claim of 80 megabytes a second here. We're going to run that through some tests as well, and then we might demonstrate this in the field somewhere. So we've got some tests to do. Let's see how we go. Out of my random collection of bits, I found this random 4 gigabyte memory stick, and I've already run a general speed test on this. This averaged about 30 megabytes a second on a USB 3 port, even though this is a USB 2.0 device. That's our baseline. Over by the mini museum here, we are going to plug this into the same USB 3 port that was used to test everything. Alright, we're going to use Flash Memory Toolkit, and we're going to do a test run, see what comes up with. This is showing as 520 gig. We'll get to that in a minute. Now this drive comes labeled no name and 475 gig in exFAT partition format. And we are getting results in for our file transfer speeds. Okay, we have our results between the two. This is our 4 gigabyte generic stick, and we're definitely slow on the read side of things. We definitely have a little bit faster, or quite a bit faster, on this stick. This actually is a pleasant surprise. Just had a look on here, and there's actually a manual for it on here as well. It gives you an idea on how to run the OTG stuff. This is useful stuff. We will read through this soon. What we are going to do is start a file transfer for 5 gigabytes. At the moment, we are writing at about 19 megabytes a second. We'll see if that improves. And we can see it has a pleasant little flashing light that I'm not sure entirely where it is, but it's hidden in there somewhere. So connected directly to a USB 3 port, it's still only sitting at about 20 megabytes a second right. We'll check the read speed shortly. Right, go time to try and copy stuff back across. Let's see what happens here. How fast are we going to go on the read? About 20 megasecond as well. Alright, so let's move on to its actual use case. I have a bunch of military vehicles, including this 6-wheel drive. This is my rolling filming studio. So this is the sort of thing I take with me, along with my backup phone, to film stuff. So let's do a test run with that. Let's open the bomb sight that is this vehicle. Okay, so a good use case is when I'm in my 6-wheel drive vehicle and I'm out in the field and I need to back up some filming I've done. So we'll plug one of these in, and this should auto detect in Android. And in this case, we're going to use a File Manager Plus. With Android, you take your pick as to what sort of software you want. There's lots of file managers out there. And this should come up and it will show a USB stick here, and we can copy stuff across to it. Alright, now that we're done copying, we pull out and we can pull a little pin here and retract it in. Although this one pops out the other end, so I guess it's a case of which one you want exposed. It does work though, and I did try off camera the micro USB connector. That also works well too, which is nifty. So we've got our files, we've backed them up, we can take them inside, put them on the PC. We worked that out. So nifty little bit of gear. We'll see if it actually is 512 gig, and then we might call it quits. Now while we're testing, I'm going back to the packet for a minute, and aside from the 80 megasecond claim, they're not lying about anything else. They're not saying it is USB 3, it's just saying it's capable of these interfaces, which is correct. And yes, it does indeed support exFAT, FAT32 and NTFS. It's a pretty standard thing for flash drives. So it is kind of interesting. And I'm not sure what this 2-chip protect is. Does it mean they have 2 memory chips in there? We'll find out. I could probably open it up and take a look. But for now, I actually plan on using this. So let's see how we go. We'll get back to you with the test results.
72 hours later.
Okay, so this is not the best look. 336 gig lost. Now, there was about 30 gig already on it when we started this test, and it only formats to 455 gig usable space, so that's not good. Alright, so there's been some development. So at this point I've made the decision I'm not going to name where this came from. I've got an email from the manufacturers. I took to them my results, and they said, look, these have been in storage a long time, and they've been shipped by sea, and the internal components might have corroded. Some things that are some flimsy remarks. They've offered to send me one from a new batch they've got, which, you know what, I'll give them another shot. It could well be that I'm wrong. Now, I've had this running again for the last 6.5 hours, writing data to it to try and see if I can verify it again. I've decided I might actually see if I can pop this open and have a look at what kind of controller and memory cards are in here. So yeah, this started out as a sponsorship, and I don't want to deter potential suppliers from sending me stuff, but as you might imagine, unbranded memory sticks from China are something that I'm extremely wary of for these very reasons. So let's see if I can work out how to get into this. That was much easier than I thought. This little knob, I gave it a bit of a twist and it just popped out. I think I can probably change my camera angle, and we can probably push this down and it'll probably slide out like this, I'd say. There we go. Not too bad. Little plastic inner. I'll investigate closer. Yep. Yep, I knew what was in there. I expected that. This has got a 2025 sticker on it. Yeah, this is just a two-way USB memory stick, or memory card reader, basically. I'm going to pry this off. I've just trimmed my fingernails, so I'll get some tweezers into this. Alright, let's take a look here. It was a little difficult to get the sticker off this. Okay, I reckon she's a 128. What do you guys reckon? And it's a no-name brand. That's, I reckon it's a fake. I'm definitely going to call this out now. Right, now let's try and fix some Chinese junk with some more Chinese junk. I'm going to pull this out and drop it in this and see what's actually going on with this thing. See if it's just the controller or whether it's actually the SD card that they've docked it. I'd like to know how this is done so I can find a way to make it happen. We'll plug it in over here near the mini museum. Alright, we're going to whack this under the the digital microscope here for a minute. I'm going to see what controller this is. Oh, let's spin it around that way. So the controller here is an AK6988 2548. So I'm going to punch that in, going to do some research. Alright, so reflashing this chip or doing something with it's probably not functionally going to be something I really want to do. I do want to keep a lightning connector hanging around. I sometimes do need them, and this little thingy here might be useful, so I might keep this port hanging around in case I want to do something ridiculous sometime. it is actually interesting the number of pins that are connected on the back of this for the number of pins that are on this side. That in itself seems a bit of a lie, unless they've got 4 connections for this and 4 connections for that, which would make a grand total of 8 along the back there, which looks about what there is. So yeah, I'll keep it for parts. It could be handy. This SD card does not enumerate on its own. I'd say it's been overwritten and basically it's just a dumping ground. Yeah, so yeah, don't trust your data to these things, guys. Anyway, I hope this has been an education, and I kind of suspected something was going to happen with this, so I was right. So be wary of unbranded Chinese sticks, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Hope it was fun.